Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Ever wonder what the heck is going on in the world? Why everything is taken out of proportion and why things are, well, just crazy? Well, I have. And the truth of the matter is there is a battle being waged. Now, this isn't a battle in the normal sense of Republican versus Democrat, nor is it a battle of, well, the left versus the right. But in truth, the battle is, and it's not just happening here in America, it's on a global scale. It's globalism versus nationalism. Your new world order versus your patriots. That is the battle being waged today. And everyone is starting to pick sides, including the mainstream media, those in Hollywood, those in political departments. They're all picking a side. And some have come out in a straight up support of your globalist groups and globalist organizations, groups who are dead set on taking down America, taking down what we value the most. Take a look at this article. This is on theguardian.com, and it's titled, "They're Called the Good Club and They Want to Save the World." The article states, "It is the most elite club in the world. Ordinary people like you and I need not apply. Indeed, there is no way to ask to join. You simply have to be very rich and generous on a global scale. This is the Good Club," reiterated, the name given to a tiny global elite of billionaire philanthropists who recently held their first and highly secretive meeting in the heart of New York City. The names of some of the members are family figures: Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner. There are others too, and they go on to name a few, but their net worth is over $125 billion. This article goes on to state that the globalists and the elitists are the good guys, about saving the planet. Did The Guardian just take a stance on one side of the fence? Check out this other article. This is very recent by CNBCnews.com, and it's titled, "The Secret Bilderberg Elite Are Worried About the Post-Truth World." In this article, they claim that the Bilderbergs are all about truth and objectivity. Did CNBC just show their true colors in full support of globalization? Or what about this article on theconservation.com? Globalists may actually be better for the environment. There are countless numbers of such articles found on the internet. Tons of them. With a simple Google search, you can find so many more, pushing the idea of globalization, why it's good for humanity, why we need world peace, why the world needs to come together. Think of globalist organizations like the United Nations, like CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, like the World Economic Forum, like all these different World Council of Churches. So many groups exist, and they're already on the playing field. And now the world is waking up, country by country, to the problem that it's causing, to how they are attacking nationalists, they are attacking conservatives. And let's be frank, these kind of break into a subcategory. You have globalism and you have nationalism. And they break down. On your globalist side, you have your liberals, you have your Democrats, you have your progressives. All that group is part of your globalists because they have become globalists. There is no longer a Democratic Party. It's the globalist party. Same with the Republican Party. A lot of the Republican, why there are bad people on each side and good people on each side, a lot of the Republican Party has turned more into, well, a nationalist party. People who are trying to save America. And in that category falls your conservatives, your patriots, your gun owners, your veterans, your Christians, and all in that new category of nationalism. So again, globalism, liberal, democratic side versus nationalism, your patriotic Christian side. But who's at the very head? Who is it that the Democrats and the globalists want gone, want dead, want out of there? They've made it very clear that they're not very happy with President Trump because of it. Let's check out his latest victories, at least for the Supreme Court, for conservatives, for patriots, for Christians, for example. One of his victories is number one in the Supreme Court. He was able to bring in Neil Gorsuch, a conservative, and now he has a second pick, a second nominee for that Supreme Court. He's taken a fully libified, liberal, democratic, globalist panel of Supreme Courts and managed to put some good conservative and nationalist-minded people on those in that Supreme Court. One currently, one more going to be added on. That's a huge victory and a staunch blow to your globalist side. Let's think of some of the victories that the Supreme Court has accomplished themselves. Think of the Colorado baker, number 2, the Colorado baker who refused to cook a cake for, well, a homosexual couple. They said it's against our religion. Well, the court rules in favor of the baker and says you didn't have to make that cake. It went against your religious beliefs. We rule in favor of you. That's a huge thing, and also a stomp on globalist head. Why do I say that's a stomp on globalist head? Because they are Christian views. Christians are the enemy of globalism because Christians don't believe in globalism. They believe in your country because God warns that globalism is not a good idea in the latter days. Another victory, and this is a huge one as well, is Supreme Court upholds the travel ban. We have a travel ban that was implemented by President Trump where you can't go to certain countries. Again, it's just a blow on them because Trump is a nationalist. A fourth one that we have here is Supreme Court sides with pro-life pregnancy centers in a victory for free speech. As you know, the Crisis Pregnancy Center is an organization, a charitable organization who teaches women you don't have to get an abortion. There's other alternatives and will help you. Well, the California court came in and said, hey, you're going to put up abortion advertisements at your facility. You're going to even hang them up on a wall saying that abortions can be provided by the state, which goes against even the main core of why crisis pregnancy was founded. Well, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Crisis Pregnancy Center, saying it's their right to deny that. It's their business. That's the fourth one. And a fifth one, the Supreme Court rules on labor unions. They said you cannot compel members of a certain industry to join your union. And it was a 5-4 vote, but they ruled government workers who choose not to join unions may not be required to help pay for their collective bargaining. Huge win yet again. But it's these kinds of wins that give big thumbs up to President Trump and are making globalists go further and further down. Let's think of his other accomplishments, getting rid of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the TPP. This was a huge blow. They had so many copyright laws and other things added into this TPP, it would have devastated the American economy and brought more of a global one. Well, Donald Trump stepped that down. Another blow, he defunded parts of the United Nations. This is huge. We were paying more money than any other country. Well, he took that down a huge chunk and said America is not going to be the one paying the most all the time. We're not going to be at the top of the barrel and ignite globalization. We want our own rules, our own laws, and our own legislation. He also made massive progress on immigration and on building the wall. This is huge, putting up borders, protecting the country that you're in, a stab to globalism, and why the mainstream media has such a problem with it. So many things. But what is the response from these globalists? What is the response from those on the left? Well, take a listen. They, quite frankly, want him gone.
It's William Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar like you've never seen before. A man dressed to look like President Donald Trump gets stabbed to death on stage.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Well, there you have it. It's not a pretty picture when the Democratic left is calling for the assassination of one of the best presidents that we've had in a very long time. Now, I don't agree with all his policies, but he is making a dent on the globalist head. Let's continue to make that dent. Support him where you can. Pray for people who are involved in the battle. Mainstream media is attacking alternative media channels such as myself. So I encourage you, support my partners. One of my partners, I have a Patreon account. You can donate that way. But another partner that I have, and I really appreciate them, is My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply has mass food that you can buy in the event of any catastrophe. So make sure you check them out below. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts and concerns on this. If you like what you heard, give me a thumbs up here as well and share it on all your social media outlets. Well, I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.